Hi guys, this is new football channel called Spatial Awareness. General focus on the channel will be analyzing football matches and trying to talk about tactical patterns and stuff happening in football match. We will focus on something that I think is actually trained by the coaches, not some random activities that can happen in each match. First match we will analyze here is the match between Manchester City and Liverpool, played 2 days ago, ended in a 1-1 draw. First we will see the general formation of both teams. So as you can see here, City is playing in 4-1-2-3 formation or 4-3-3 formation, and Liverpool is playing in 4-2-4 or 4-4-2. Due to absence of Thiago and then Fabinho, I think that Jurgen Klopp simply wanted to have the best footballers on the pitch, and considering good form of Diego Jota, he also introduced both him and Firmino in the squad. So we will now, as always, when the club teams are playing, we will focus on their pressing and also on City pressing and patterns that happen throughout the match. First thing we will see here is Liverpool defensive setup. Although when the match started, I noticed that the commentators are saying that this is rather attacking formation with 4 forwards, while simply in reality it was solid structure and defensively oriented Liverpool. They tried to deny the City the options of playing out of back. As we can see in this image, they do not try to attack center backs. Rather, in the center of the pitch, number 11 and 9, Salah and Firmino are staying central and trying to deny Ederson the option to play to Rodri in the center. And also we can see Henderson and Wijnaldum staying close to Gundogan and Kevin De Bruyne respectively. Although they stuck at the moment with man marking, Henderson and Wijnaldum primary objective was to provide covering for first line of pressing, and when the City, what we will see later, changed the formation to 4-3-2-3-1, Henderson and Wijnaldum were the cover for first line of pressing. As we will see in the next image, once the ball is played to the center back, one of the Liverpool attackers would shut down that center back, and other forward would cover the Rodri, thus denying the City option to play out of the back through the middle. As we can see, number 20 is Diego Jota. He is occupying half space, not going too wide, staying narrow, thus helping Salah in denying Laporte option to play out of the back. And we can see in this image also Henderson and Wijnaldum covering De Bruyne and Gundogan. And on the other side, in this blue mark square, we can see Mane. His position is not so narrow as he's trying to prevent. He's trying to do 2 things at the same time, trying to close both Kyle Walker on the right side if the City decides to play the long ball, and also he's in position to attack Diaz if the ball is misplaced or wrongly played to him. Same thing happened when the ball was on the other side. Firmino would attack Diaz when he had the ball, and also Jota would stay wide to enable to deny City a long pass option, and Salah would cover Rodri. And this was basically the pattern throughout maybe the whole match, where Liverpool remained solid and denied City options playing out of the back, and the City was not finding too much success playing. As we can see in this next animation is the general patterns and how the Liverpool players moved when the ball was played out of the back, and how both Firmino and Salah are closing the center backs. Maybe 10 minutes into the game or 15, City adapted and tried to play 4-2-3-1 with Gundogan dropping alongside Rodri, and in immediate response by Liverpool was that both Firmino and Salah, here marked in red circles 11 and 9, they stayed close to defensive midfielders, and with positioning on Jota and Mane on each side of the pitch, they tried to prevent City from playing through the half space or to create any forward passing patterns. And this was, as said before, really successful throughout the whole match. And as we can see, next image, same applied on the when the ball was at the other center back. Liverpool denied them the space and time to play through the center. And also we can see here Wijnaldum and Henderson playing zonally behind the first line of defense. Each of them can mark the De Bruyne if the ball is passed to him, but also they can cover the area and attack Rodri and Gundogan if they needed to. We will see here how the Liverpool pressing pattern also changed when City changed to 4-2-3-1 formation, where Firmino and Salah stayed alongside and covering Gundogan and Rodri. City initial pressing setup was somewhat different. They tried to play some sort of man marking 6 versus 6, and by playing this they allowed both Salah and Firmino the place to operate behind the Gundogan and Rodri, and also City main attacking ideas, at least through first 10 or 15 minutes, was to simply play out of the back and then try to find areas behind the City pressing. This is the first pattern where Gomez or other center back would simply play the ball forward to Salah, who would then run with the ball, and he had support of other 3 attacking players. And general idea was simply to keep it simple, try to find areas in behind City pressing and then attack at full speed. Once the City adapted, they simply sort of mirrored the Liverpool strategy. The Gundogan and as we can see next image, Gundogan and Rodri stuck a lot closer to defensive line, and they covered with cover shadows Salah and Firmino, and both Kevin De Bruyne and Gabriel Jesus stayed with the Wijnaldum and the Henderson, and they denied them the space to go forward. That was the reason why in both teams center backs were free for most of the match. And we will see in this next animation how actually it worked for City very well. When the Liverpool center backs had the ball, they also denied them the way to go forward. City goal was something rather important to analyze. During the entire match, when the ball was on one side, Mane would often stay wide, thus denying the long pass option from one side to another. As when Guardiola teams are playing, they try to overload one side and then switch sides to another side, playing 1 versus 1 or 2 versus 2. But here Mane for most of the game stayed wide, not so narrow, and he tried to deny City the long ball option. But here, when they conceded, he for some reason tried to attack Ruben Dias with the ball. Dias played the ball to Rodri, who switched sides to Kyle Walker, and Liverpool were simply too late. Walker played the ball to De Bruyne, and he found Jesus, who scored a tremendous goal. One thing for the end I wanted to show is this image. I'm not sure why Guardiola didn't pull one of his defensive midfielders, in this case Rodri, all the way in the defensive line, thus creating 3 in the back versus 2 Liverpool attackers, and then maybe creating passing triangles with both Kevin De Bruyne and Gundogan in the half space, each side of Liverpool defensive midfielders, and with Jesus dropping deep, they could find some passing patterns and options and breakthrough. I don't know why at the moment this did happen, but generally this was not the case. and this was rather stalemate performance by whole teams, and it seems to me like both of the managers were happy with 1-1 result. This is it for the first analysis, and I hope to see you soon.